Welcome back to the Teacher's AI Cafe. I'm Kane, a teacher and a parent who wants AI to give us back our time. I share practical classroom-tested AI strategies to cut down your workload, improve your feedback and reduce stress so you can get your evenings back and be more present with your friends and family. No jargon, just actionable steps. Grab your mug. Now let's get going. Welcome back to this week's AI update for educators. So it's actually been a reasonable, decent week this week. Some things have actually been happening. So let's start with OpenAI. So OpenAI, yeah, get that out right. It's nice early in the morning here. 9th of July, they released, along with 5.6, which has been released in 3 versions and been using. It is a big improvement on the previous ones. But like I said, trying to keep up with Anthropic. So in some ways, I think it's actually surpassed it in my context use. But actually, what they've also released alongside that is ChatGPT Work. So ChatGPT 5.6 comes in 3 sizes designed for improved reasoning, coding, and complex task completion. That's mean using agents to actually do things for you. But one of the biggest things that got released this week is Work. So Work combines ChatGPT and brings in the execution abilities that's in Codex. So if you've been using Codex to run programs and processes on your computer independently, it's bringing that into the actual chat area itself. And that's like a reaction to what Anthropic did do with its Cowork and its code. So it's bringing that in. So the idea is you can now, instead of just producing just one response and stopping, you can divide larger projects into steps, research information, create finished products, presentations, spreadsheets, websites, whatever the case may be. It's given to pro and enterprise and education users. So at this stage, it's not for free users. For us as educators, I think this is great. For example, you give it a collection of readings, an assessment, an outline, formatting brief, and ask the system to prepare a connected set of lesson resources. So as a school leader, this might be useful gathering information from authorized files and preparing a draft report. So it can do a lot more complex tasks and a lot more detailed. I think that's really good. But obviously, there's risks associated with that because when you look at agents, you actually give them access to your files, connected services, more than one application. As schools need to be clear about permissions and things and who actually checks the complete work. So the standard stuff we've been talking about for a while. OpenAI also released ChatGPT Live this week, Live 1 and Live Mini. You can listen and speak at the same time, which makes conversations feel less like taking turns with a machine. A user can interrupt, correct, assist, and continue talking while it responds. So Live is something that supports live translation. And I think they haven't played with that aspect of it, but it'll be great, for example, if you've been using ChatGPT, I use it through Apple CarPlay, I get it to do tasks and work through jobs and things or conversations or brainstorming while I'm driving. So hopefully that actually improves that side of it. But like I said, haven't had to play with it. In terms of classroom application, this could be a significant improvement for language classes because it's practicing conversation, ask for immediate correction and rehearse, say an oral presentation. Also supports students who benefit from spoken explanation or live transcriptions. Obviously, an important caution that comes out of this is natural voice can create an exaggerated impression of understanding, and AI that pauses, acknowledges, and responds smoothly may feel socially aware, even though it's predicting patterns rather than understanding a student's situation. Remember, the thing is not alive. It's not a person you're actually talking to. Another big third change was they've announced the closure of ChatGPT Atlas. Atlas was the company's dedicated AI browser. This will be discontinued next month, literally, 9th of August, less than a year after launch. And they realized the idea of folding Work and desktop ChatGPT. And also there's an upcoming Chrome extension. They realized they don't need their own browser. And it's not really a need to spend the resources and the money to actually support it for that. But yes, it had its uses, but like I said, I got another update which could work around that for you. Now, Anthropic has made Claude Cowork a bit more accessible. Cowork is now moving to mobile devices and the web. Before, you always had to run the desktop app, so soon you'll be able to run in the web browser like the other versions. It is initially for your Mac subscribers, which isn't me. And the other thing is Claude has not launched a dedicated browser. What users can now do in Cowork through an ordinary browser, you actually got like a window, you can access web pages. So this allows for cloud-based tasks to continue when the computer is closed. So it's a beauty now when you go into Claude, the app, you got a browser on the right-hand side. You can then go through web pages, you can get it. I was having a bit of play with it. I wanted to listen to some podcasts. I didn't have time to listen to them all, so I actually pointed to the webpage and asked it to provide a summary of the different episodes on the web browser, and it did. It made a nice summary, and I didn't have to go listen to them. I got all the main points I wanted from that talk. Not the best way, but like I said, we've got so many hours in the day. It's very useful for that. So what's Google done? So NotebookLM really is their core educational focus type product, and I think it does a lot of things very well for both teachers and students. So it's obviously rolling out short videos. I did mention that last week. So I've been playing a bit more with this. You can turn uploaded documents, notes, and others into a nice 60-second vertical format video, which suits our students today, doesn't it? Because they like basically the Snapchat, TikTok format there. The new short option joins the existing explainer and cinematic formats, and I do a cinematic one, to be honest. I've made a few videos. If you check out my YouTube channel and have a look at the cinematic versions of the podcast episodes I'm doing, I think it actually does a good job. So this is obviously useful for quick revision, flipped learning, short introduction around a topic. For example, I was playing with one doing the fall of Singapore in different formats. I'm still working through the best prompt and format to do it in. So the idea is uploading all your sources and things and using that to create the video. But once again, I've really got to look at how you do the actual custom prompt within that to get the output and the style that we want and consistency for that. On a lighter note, what else has been happening? No, that's pretty much about it. It's happened last week. So we'll actually get some tech advances and changes. We see more of this, and OpenAI is really competing with Anthropic to try and get these features and things. So this is a good thing. It's almost like the old PC Mac challenges that went through the late 80s into the 90s, where they were competing with each other for different markets, but essentially do the same thing. Like I said, go have a play with the new features. Let me know what you think of them. Drop me a line. Join the Facebook group on there. You can drop questions in there. Then I can address them on the chat, which is actually very good as well. I'd like to do. Till then, keep up the good work, and I'll talk to you later in the week.